Hello Bookish friends, welcome to my June wrap-up part 2. In this video I will talk about the 4 books that I finished and 1 book that I DNF'd in the second half of June. Like I did in my previous wrap-ups, I will insert the clips that I've recorded quite soon after I finish those works. It is the 20th of June and I finished the book that I was reading for both Go With The Flow Challenge and also for my video series Turkish Shelf, Serenad by Zülfü Livaneli. This book was also translated to English with the title Serenade for Nadia. So I will make a dedicated Turkish Shelf video about this book. I of course wanted to share my thoughts in this wrap-up as well. Zülfü Livaneli is a poet and also a musician that is very widely known and appreciated in my country. However, although he has written many books, I have never read a book from him. And one of the 2 books that are recommended by him was Serenad. In this book, Maximilian Wagner, an elderly professor, leaves America to revisit the city, Istanbul, where he last glimpsed his beloved wife in 2001. And Maya Duran, a single mother working in the Istanbul University, is tasked with looking after this enigmatic Professor Wagner. Although he is a bit distant at first, Maya gradually learns of the tragic circumstances that brought him to Istanbul 60 years before and the dark past that continues to haunt him. Although majority of the book takes place in the contemporary time of 2001, the most significant events do happen in 1942. So the sections that took place during that time, I think were the best sections of the book, which of course made the book much more enjoyable for me. The writing was good, not spectacular. But Livaneli really knows what he is writing about. The tempo of his book was done really well. It was very engaging and I finished the book in just 4.5 days. The events was something that I had never heard of before. I'm very glad that I knew about this disaster from the book. Although I really liked our main character and rooted for her to find out the truth, I have to say there was something off with her. Could be because our female lead character was written by a man. Other than that, I really enjoyed the book. Gave Serenad by Zülfü Livaneli a 9 out of 10. Today is the 22nd of June and I finished my audiobook, which I was reading for Joy Reading June. When I finished the audiobook that I was listening, I really felt like I should listen to a very engaging thriller. And I've decided to read Going Zero by Anthony McCarten. And in this book, 10 Americans have been carefully selected to beta test a spyware fusion. This software can track anyone on Earth. But for one contestant, an unassuming Boston librarian named Caitlin Day, the stakes are far higher than the prize money. Her reasons for entering the tests are quite personal. When the timer hits 0, there will only be one winner. Like I said before, I had really wanted to read a fast-paced thriller. And this book was certainly a very fast-paced thriller, especially towards the end. I found the concept very interesting and also, of course, very relevant in today's world. I thought that this book, if written 25 years ago, would have been considered a science fiction. However, it is a thriller right now. I really liked the plot twist, which happened just after the middle of the book, which changed the way that I viewed the characters. The writing was very engaging, as you can guess. I also felt that the author did his research really well in terms of technological realities. However, in some parts of the book, the reactions of the main characters felt a bit unrealistic. I felt like it was designed that way to ensure the story stayed fast-paced. I very much enjoyed my time listening to this audiobook, and I gave Going Zero by Anthony McCarten an 8 out of 10. Today is the 26th of June, and I've decided to DNF the book that I was reading for Rose and Katja's book club, which is The Third Love by Hiromi Kawakami. The narrator of this book is a woman who has married her childhood crush, but trapped in a marriage that is full of betrayals. In order to escape, she fancies herself living in a dream world, and she sort of leads a double life, both being in the 21st century and also as a courtesan in medieval Japan. To be honest, I did not hate this book, but in spirit of joy reading June, I've decided to DNF this book, which I had no desire to start listening. Magical realism in books are hit or miss for me. There are some books with this theme that I love, but I could not get into this one. I found the main character a bit meh, and most importantly, writing style did not suit me. After many months, The Third Love by Hiromi Kawakami was the first book that I decided to DNF. Today is the 27th of June, and I finished the book that I was reading for Joy Reading June, which is actually a book that I got free from Amazon on the book day. Strange Journey of Alice Pendelbury by Marc, Levy. In this book, we follow Alice, like the title suggests. And at the beginning of the book, she follows a very ordered life. It has been an odd week for her. Her neighbor, Mr. Daldry, whom she does not get along with well, suddenly becomes much more agreeable. And a fortune teller in Brighton that she went with her friends in the weekend tells her that Alice will meet the most important person in her life there after meeting 7 more men. And what's more interesting, Mr. Daldry insists that she goes to Turkey and even suggests to finance her journey, also coming with her. And in this journey, she tries to find out if what the fortune teller said was true and whether she has lived in Turkey in her past. This book was quite surprising for me. I did not know that this book took place in Turkey, and I could use this book in my Turkish shop videos, which I will do in the future months. Really liked the writing style. Although I have heard about this author, I had never read a book from this French author. The way that he described Turkey in 1950s seemed quite on point according to the books that I read and the experiences of my parents. I also quite liked how the characters sort of fell in love with Istanbul's historic peninsula, which was also my experience the first time I visited there. The plot was quite interesting and the characters were very likable. However, I have to admit, it was not surprising at all, and everything went according to what I thought that it would be. Other than that, it was a very pleasant reading experience for me, and I gave A Strange Journey of Alice Pendelbury by Marc, Levy an 8 out of 10, and I will definitely read more books from Marc, Levy. Today is the 29th of June, and I finished the book that I was reading for Joy Reading June, which was a short story collection from a Turkish author, İmbatta Karanfil Kokusu by Selma, Fındıklı. Common theme of the short stories is that it takes place in my home city, İzmir. The stories are told chronologically starting from 1863 until 1939, and from people belonging to different nationalities, different religions, and different viewpoints about the significant events in that years. Like all of the short story collections, I liked them to different degrees. I very much enjoyed the short story in which a young girl is engaged with a man whom she does not love but has to marry because of economical reasons. And she dreams that she's an actress in a movie playing her part. The other stories were also quite good. The fact that they were written from different viewpoints, from different points in the history, showed how much the composition of the city has changed because of all the wars that happened. First, the Balkan Wars, then the First World War, and of course, finally, the Turkish-Greek War that led to the foundation of the Turkish Republic. So overall, this was a quite pleasant experience. And I gave İmbatta Karanfil Kokusu by Selma Fındıklı a 7 out of 10. So those were the 4 books that I finished and 1 book that I DNF'd in the second half of June. Please comment down below, have you read any of the books that I mentioned in this video, and what did you think of them? If you're a new viewer, first of all, welcome. Please like and subscribe. Hope to see you very soon. Bye. As for Turkish word of the day, I'm going to choose fortune teller. Fortune teller means falcı in Turkish, and falcı is our Turkish word of the day. Have a good day.